The newest rumor report from Majinboo talks about why Apple wants to move the front camera to the left on the iPhone 17 Air. The iPhone 17 Air is set to come out in 2025, and an interesting feature comes to light via screen protector observations. The front camera may be moved to the left, which is different from how it is usually placed on the right side of prior versions like the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max. This dramatic move seems to be a planned technological and strategic decision by Apple to change the design of the gadget. The most recent leak from Majinboo says, "Screen protectors show that the slot for the iPhone 17 Air has moved to the left, which is different from the usual configuration. Here are the specifics. Left position. A change that might make video calls and selfies better by giving them additional views and ways to connect. Standard models versus the Air. Other models keep the camera on the right, while the Air has a different design since it is thinner. The iPhone 17 Air is smaller than the iPhone 16, thus the front camera may have been moved to the left to make room for the bigger screen. Apple could have picked this location as the sole method to insert the Face ID module without compromises, retaining a polished and useful look. Additionally, this shift enables Apple to test the left location, hoping to compress the dynamic island in future models into a single hole in the top left corner. It is predicted that future iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max would keep the same sizes as the 16 Pro and Pro Max versions, 6.3 and 6.9 inches, respectively, adopting a design with a single front camera hole, removing the present pill-shaped portion. No existing smartphones on the market include a front camera relocated to the left for identical technological demands. However, Apple's strategy might impact future ultra-slim smartphones, driving other companies to pursue creative arrangements for interior space minimization. This version caters to those that desire a smaller design with a bigger screen, giving a novel user experience. The left position, needed by the small profile and acting as a test for future designs, becomes a defining feature, marking the Air different from the conventional series and molding customer preferences. Factories could reassess this choice based on prototype feedback, but it is quite doubtful Apple would change direction. Given the plan to decrease the dynamic island to a single hole in the top left corner for future iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max, and the anticipation of substantial changes by 2027 for the 20th iPhone anniversary, this approach is well defined. Majinboo's research concludes that the placement of the front camera to the left on the iPhone 17 Air, motivated by its thinner form and the necessity to integrate the Face ID module, blends pragmatism with strategic vision. This shift opens the door for a more smaller dynamic island in future models, signifying a progression in Apple's design and perhaps sparking advances in rival devices. The iPhone 17 series is likely only 2 months away, but leaks and early rumors have already begun giving us a look of what Apple could be planned this year. If the reports are right, the iPhone 17 range might offer some of the most visible changes we have seen in a while, whether it in appearance, performance, camera, or even the naming approach. Apple is apparently launching a new iPhone 17 Air variant this year, and it might replace the Plus version that we have seen in the last 3 generations. Here is a detailed overview of what to anticipate from the iPhone 17 series, including rumored facts regarding display, battery, cameras, design revisions, projected pricing, and launch as well as release date. Apple is rumored to be working on a fresh new design for the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max. While the normal iPhone 17 may seem identical to the current iPhone 16 model, the 17 Pro versions might provide a distinct style with a revamped back camera configuration. Leaked photographs show the Pro versions would include a rectangular camera module that spans broader across the back, looking a little like what we have seen on the Pixel 9 Pro. This time, Apple could also be replacing the Plus variant with an entirely new iPhone 17 Air. The upcoming Air version might concentrate on a smaller and lighter construction, possibly making it the slimmest iPhone Apple has ever created. It is expected to sport a 6.6-inch screen, while also being slimmer than even the iPhone 16 Pro. The normal iPhone 17 might see a minor rise in display size also, from 6.1 inches to 6.3 inches. The Pro Max can maintain its huge 6.9-inch display. What is also fascinating is that Apple may eventually deploy 120 Hz refresh rate screens throughout the whole iPhone 17 series. Until recently, this capability was only accessible on the Pro models. If accurate, it would make crisper scrolling and animations accessible even on the lowest devices, something iPhone users have long wanted. Apple might finally be giving its front camera a boost this year. Reports say the iPhone 17 series could sport a 24-megapixel selfie camera instead of the present 12-megapixel configuration. This improvement might result in brighter, sharper selfies with improved detail, particularly in low light. On the backside, the iPhone 17 is believed to have a 48-megapixel primary camera as part of a dual-lens system. The Pro Max, on the other hand, may provide a triple 48-megapixel system, encompassing wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lenses. If this occurs, it would be the first time Apple debuts all three back cameras with 48-megapixel resolution on a single iPhone. There are also hints of 8K video recording being enabled on the Pro Max model, which may be a huge boost for customers that depend on their phones for high-end video creation. In terms of performance, the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max are reported to be powered by Apple's forthcoming A19 Pro processor. This should give improved efficiency and overall performance benefits. However, the basic iPhone 17 and 17 Air might continue utilizing the A18 processor, which is the same one powering the iPhone 16. If Apple does go forward with this chip split, it may once again face criticism, much as it did with the iPhone 14, which utilized the same technology as the prior model. While most users may not notice a big performance difference in day-to-day usage of the iPhone 16 or iPhone 17, many tech-savvy customers might find this disappointing. Also, it would be more appealing for iPhone aficionados to purchase the iPhone 16 version. The purchase choice of customers will largely rely on how many enhancements Apple is able to make with the new edition, and which one will offer greater value for money. On the memory side, Apple could eventually raise the RAM on the Pro Max to 12 gigs, while the other versions might receive 8 gigs. This might assist with smoother multitasking and overall speed, particularly as iOS continues to expand with additional features. Battery sizes throughout the iPhone 17 series are projected to grow up marginally. The bigger display on the basic iPhone 17 model may potentially result in a larger battery. As for other models, the business is likely to make some improvement in the battery sizes. Apple may possibly provide 35-watt fast charging capabilities, which would be a minor boost over the present 20-watt rates for mobile charger. While this is still behind what many Android flagships provide, it is nevertheless a step forward for iPhones. There is also discussion of a vapor chamber cooling mechanism being added to the Pro Max variant. This might help keep the device cooler during gaming or demanding workloads like 4K video editing, which in turn may enhance performance stability. Apple has not announced anything public yet, but according by the company's customary pace, the iPhone 17 series is anticipated to appear in September 2025, most likely in the second week. The phones should become available for pre-order within days of the announcement, with sales commencing shortly after. Apple is apparently intending to return all its smartphones back to metal with the iPhone 17 series. The two premium iPhone 17 Pro models will signal the return of metal frames to high-end iPhones for the first time since Apple started discriminating between Pro and non-Pro models. In recent years, aluminum frames have been reserved for lower-end handsets like the iPhone Southeast and iPhone 16, while premium models had stainless steel frames until the iPhone 15 Pro, which debuted a titanium chassis as a substantial improvement. This change in materials for the iPhone 17 series implies a cohesive strategy, with aluminum frames poised to return throughout the whole device range. As for the Indian cost, sources claim that the iPhone 17 might keep the existing pricing because of less changes. This means that the regular version would start at 79,999 rupees, bringing it in line with current iPhone models. The new iPhone 17 Air may be somewhat more costly, and Apple might perhaps sell it at the price of the Plus model if we go by the rumors. So it may be released at roughly 89,999 rupees, considering its new style and placement. The Pro and Pro Max versions might see a price boost due to the new design and advancements claimed in processor, camera, charging, and other areas. In the past, Apple boosted the pricing of the iPhone 15 Pro and Max models by roughly 5,000 rupees. But the iPhone 16 Pro models were presented at a significantly lower price point in compared to the previous generation, which made many iPhone lovers delighted, and the offer also appeared pretty enticing because of the enhancements. This time around, things are a bit murky in terms of what will happen, because of the sensitivity surrounding Apple being required to manufacture most of the iPhones in the US. While this will certainly take time, it remains to be seen if Apple would preserve the previous rates or announce a price raise on the next iPhone 17 variants. To remember, the iPhone 16 Pro was released in India for 119,900 rupees, while the Pro Max was made available at 144,900 rupees. Lastly, there is also rumors of an iPhone 17e model, which might come sometime in early 2026. This would presumably be a more cheap version targeted at budget-conscious customers. It is projected to come in 60,000 rupees bracket, comparable to the iPhone 16e. So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.